everyone, it's Back Queen back with another day of the Pokemon drawing challenge. Today it is the dragon type Pokemon day, favorite dragon type Pokemon, and today I'm going to be drawing Hydreigon. I've got a bit more to say about this Pokemon than I did the previous two, just because I feel like I can talk about like the evolutionary paths and stuff like that a bit more, but first of all, I'm definitely going to have to sort of plan this one out, and it might even take a bit longer, just because how am I going to fit, like, okay, right, there's a lot more to this Pokemon, so I think it's going to take longer to draw than Sneasel or Shuckle. I feel like these Pokemon are getting progressively more difficult, and I don't think I've ever drawn Hydreigon either. I might have drawn, I don't know, I might have drawn Dano before, but I definitely haven't drawn Hydreigon. But anyway, let's see. So Hydreigon has 3 heads, and it definitely looks like a dragon. Hopefully I can adapt it to look like one, but I definitely think that dragon type Pokemon is so incredibly badass. I love the design of a lot of dragon type Pokemon, and while Hydreigon is probably my favourite, I do love the classics. Like, I love Dragonite, and you know, like Dratini, Dragonair, what else? Salamence. They're all great Pokemon. Actually, Salamence kind of annoys me just because of how OP it is, but it is awesome. Right, so I'm trying to concentrate getting this like mouth thing so that, you know, it looks scary as opposed to just dopey. I think I've made his nose too big actually. Wait, I think it's meant to be like further up and then like that. I'm gonna have to reduce the opacity of this layer because there we go. His eye kind of goes like this. Yeah. But yeah, I like how its evolutionary path goes, how it goes from like 1 head to 2 heads to 3 heads. I don't know what the names actually mean, like in Japanese or whatever, but maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe Hydreigon means like 3 heads. I used to think that its name was Hydrogen until, you know, I actually looked at it carefully and was like, oh no, it's Hydreigon. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right today, because I don't know, how do other people pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Do you pronounce it differently? Do you pronounce it like, because it's spelt with like the E before I thing, so I don't think that changes it. Hydreigon? No, that can't be right. It must be Hydreigon, right? Okay, that doesn't look too bad, I don't think. So he has like these pink bits up here. One thing that I don't like about this Pokemon is how the shiny looks. I have this problem with shinies where if it's got green on it, I probably don't like it. Best thing about Shuckle, well, not the best thing about Shuckle, but one thing I do love about Shuckle is that the shiny is blue and it doesn't have like this gross like greeniness on it. I think one of my friends, Heated Mode, he didn't do a video talking about, he did a video talking about like the worst shinies and stuff, and he was talking about his mascot Espeon, and the shiny version of Espeon is pretty damn, I don't know what they did to it. It's so cute and purple, and then they just turn it like this gross shade of luminous green. He did that video with Callum actually, Hoodlum Scrafty, and god, the shinies that look green are kind of weird, and the whole shiny isn't green for Hydreigon. Like, it's part green. Like, these pink bits up here that I'm drawing in now, these would be green, and then I think the face that is dark blue and like the dark blue like under bits, I don't know, I'm not really saying this very well. The dark blue bits are purple, and then pink bits are like a luminous green. But anyway, we're making some progress, I guess. We've got like these bits. Actually, should I draw the 3 heads first? I'll do that. He's got like this big head in the middle, and then 2 slightly smaller heads. that don't have like the pink bit. I'm not going to shade like different colors. In fact, that's a good point. Should I shade the whole thing in blue, or should I do like blue and pink? Actually, I might do blue and pink because they're both equally as important, I feel. Even though there's more blue. I have done like I did a blue Sneasel yesterday, so maybe I should have like a separate bit there. So his mouth is like that. Eye sort of like this. The three-headedness also reminds me a little bit of the three-headed dog in Harry Potter. I'm not sure which one it was. It might have been the Chamber of Secrets, or I might just be completely wrong. I might just be remembering it wrong. I remember Harry looking young, so it was definitely one of the earlier ones, but I think the dog was called something like Fluffy, which I might have got that wrong as well, but I think it was called Fluffy. Hagrid named it Fluffy when, you know, it was this voracious beast, this three-headed dog. Absolutely terrifying stuff, but... Right, okay, so... have I... Oh, I've missed a thing out. I've missed out one of his... Right, there we go. I was confusing me because I'm looking at the... what would you call it? Like the splash art? I'm thinking like League of Legends here. Where like the base art is called the splash art, but... This isn't... You wouldn't call it splash art, would you? I'm not sure what you would call this. Like the basic art on Bulbapedia, that's what I'm looking at to refer. Because, yeah, I did say at the start, I haven't drawn Hydreigon before, so I don't want to try anything too fancy. I don't want to get, like, too original here. Just in case, you know, I completely butcher it. I just want to get used to, like, how it looks, basically. So, okay, this is another one, the head's done. So, it's sort of like, it's got one dominant head and two smaller heads sort of coming off its arms, but... It's definitely scary. It will bite off anything that it sees. That's what it looks like. If it doesn't eat you with its head, it'll eat you with its arms. It's pretty scary stuff. But, you know, it looks cool, and it's part dark type as well, and it definitely looks part dark type. I think the colour combinations are great, and if I haven't already said this, I think Dragon type Pokemon are really well designed. I think on one of the days it has like best designed Pokemon or something, and your favourite Pokemon design or whatever. And I honestly love the design of so many Pokemon. It could easily be a Dragon type, or it could be any other type, because you've got loads of other like, even like the part Dragon types, like say Flygon for example. I love Flygon. And I think it's only secondary. I think it's secondary Dragon type, and its primary type is Grass, or it might be the other way around, but I think it's that way around. That Pokemon looks stunning. But yeah, so many Pokemon are really well designed, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for that day. It might be a Dragon type, or it might be something else. I've sort of been looking at other days and trying to plan ahead, but it's so hard. Like sometimes I'll just wake up in the morning and think, you know, I'm gonna draw this Pokemon today, and I'm sure that will happen. Many times. But let's see. In terms of evolutions, I think some Pokemon are definitely designed better than others, and the first one that comes to mind actually is the starter Pokemon in Kalos, where you have you start off as, what am I thinking of? Froakie. And I think the evolution from Froakie to Greninja is just fantastic. But with Chespin to like Chesnaught just looks like not Froakie. See, this is why I shouldn't be commentating, because I'm drawing Hydreigon. Have I been saying hydrogen or hydrogen throughout this entire video? Another thing, I'm sort of hopping from one topic to another because I'm finding it hard to sort of concentrate and draw at the same time. Because I'm thinking right now, oh, I'm drawing Hydreigon's brown bits, and then out loud I'm talking about Greninja and Chesnaught, and it's like, But yeah, what was I saying about Chesnaught? Yeah, it's just like a massive round version of Chespin, which, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd never actually used Chesnaught. I got Chespin. I got Chespin at the end of the game, but I actually used Fennekin as my starter. I always use fire types as my starter Pokemon, for some weird reason. I think the only region where I didn't use a fire type starter was Sinnoh, because I just loved the look of Piplup, and to be honest, how can you resist that adorable little penguin? Piplup is just so cute. Right, what are these bits? His wings. So there's this dark browniness, and he's got another sort of side wing coming up off of here. I'm pretty happy with how the proportions are turning out, actually. That was one thing I was worried about, because I was thinking, what if the proportions just go horribly wrong? Because that can quite easily happen, especially when you're drawing something new. Whether it's a human or a Pokemon. If proportions can go wrong for me, they often do, which is one of my sort of downfalls as an artist, but I think they look alright in this one, so hopefully it goes okay for the rest of it. Right, we've got this little bit going down here, and he's got this wing thing coming off, sort of goes out a little bit, and then he's got this shorter bit here. Oh, he's got his tail as well. I don't think his entire tail is going to fit, guys. Oh well. I'll sort of draw in a little bit of his tail, but gosh darn it. I tried to make it so that it would fit, but obviously when the Pokemon is long, like lengthways as well as vertically, horizontally is what I meant to say, not lengthways. What am I saying? What is English? It's hard to fit it on the screen because YouTube dimensions. Honestly, like most Pokemon you can fit in like a square, but in order to maximize like space efficiency and stuff, you've got to be quite careful. Right, he's got this sort of, I don't know, his legs are oddly, are they even legs? They sort of look like fins, but obviously Hydreigon's a dragon, not fish, so hopefully these don't look too fin-like. I'm quite excited for Water Pokemon Day as well. I've been thinking about what to draw for that, and there's so many cool like fish Pokemon, but there's also the ones that don't look like fish at all, but are still equally as badass. Okay, he's got sort of these wings coming up here as well. I don't want to forget about any of his wings, because that would be bad. That would defeat the whole point of a dragon. They have these massive wings. And you know, Hydreigon definitely has that. He definitely evolves them. Right, where should I? Yeah, I'll draw it like here-ish. And then I think I can start outlining it, even though this wing's probably gonna go off the screen, but that's okay. It's alright if it goes off a bit, that can just emphasize how large it is. Oh wait, I've forgotten these bits in the middle. These sort of liney bits. Do they parallel with his tail? No, they don't. This one's slightly further in. Yeah, I think one of the best tips about getting proportions right, whether you're drawing Pokemon or anything really, is rather than looking at how big a thing is, look at how big it is in relation to something else. So where does this strip end? It ends just before this bit here, and sort of stuff like that helps with proportions. But I think that is it in terms of the basics. I don't think I've missed anything out. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, should I go this? No, wait, that's too greyish. That's too pale. Oh wait, hang on a second. I need to create a new layer. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, now that's too dark, so should I go a little bit paler than that? It's hard deciding a colour. Yeah, okay, I think that will do. And then I'll do this bit in. You know, I'll just figure out as I go, shall I? I'll make that a little bit more transparent. I don't know, a little bit less opaque. I'll reduce the opacity of that layer. So, right, so he's got this bit here, and then he's got another one of these line thingies. I don't know, should I make the eyes coloured as well? Like, thus far I haven't been, I don't know, I haven't been colouring the sketches. And I still don't plan on colouring them, because otherwise these videos would be redonkulously long. I don't want that to happen. But Actually, for the first time I can't see the time of this video because Camtasia sort of minimized it. So yeah, I can't see how long I've been recording this for. Hopefully not too long, but probably longer than the other two because the sketch is a lot more complex. I guess teeth as well, hopefully they're okay. I'm not going to bother doing like pink shading for the mouth or anything because I think that'll just be overkill if I go crazy on the shading, but okay, it's all dark down here. So yeah, as always, favorite dragon type Pokemon, what are they? Mine just happens to be Hydreigon, but if yours is something else, then by all means let me know. And okay, now I've run into another problem. If I do these bits pink, like these bits, I'm pretty sure you can see like the circle cursor because Camtasia doesn't register it as a cursor, so I can't just remove it. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it brown. It's a dragon type Pokemon. If I'm gonna sketch, I might as well just do it properly. So I'll have that as a blue, and no, that's too purpley. Let's make it a bit more. It's hard not being able to just color pick it, but okay, that will do. And then for the brown, I'll just have like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. So what was my pen size? That's too thin. That's around right. So if I have this pink bit, I still want to keep it looking quite sketchy though. I don't want it to look too serious. Shall I have like, yeah, okay, I'll leave like a little highlight there just to accentuate its evil eyes. Yeah, you don't just have like, obviously this one's part type dark, but depending on the other typing of it, you got all sorts of cool dragon types. Like you've got the pure dragon types, like what did I say? Like Dratini, Dragonair, Bagon. What else? Is Dragonite full dragon type? I'm not. Wait. Yeah, Dragonair. That's what I'm thinking of. It's not part fire, is it? I could be wrong, but I don't know. I've always imagined Dragonite as just being like a classic standard dragon type. Just a cute orange dragon. Same with actually no, Dragonair sort of, it looks like yeah, it looks like if anything it could be like part water type. Maybe I'm just saying that because it's blue, but it's got like the serpenty taily look, but it's cute as hell, so obviously it wouldn't be like a dark type or anything. It's really cute, and it evolves from Dratini, which is also very, very cute. Okay, that looks fine. I'll take that. I guess I'll like some more shading, like in this region. It's hard to shade with the pen, actually. Like, if you're gonna shade in Paint Tool Sci, then you should probably use the brush tool, not the pen tool. I'm just very lazy, and I can't be bothered to switch between tools. Anyway, with this head, I feel like I should do all of one colour first. That might just be a good idea. I'm sort of just hopping back and forth between the colours. That's probably not the best, but oh well. This eye, sort of like that, and then there isn't that much shading on this head actually. There's a little bit down here, and then I guess I'll like partially shade in the mouth, but that'll do for that. I'll do this head as well. While I'm on the topic of heads, I'll just do all three of them at once. There we go. And that eye's a little bit rounder actually, I didn't notice that until now. Let's see. This bit and then... Right. Actually, Hydreigon looks a bit like a flower. I never noticed that. Like these pink bits look like petals. I don't know like the... I don't want to call it lore either. I feel like I'm piggybacking to the topic of League of Legends. If that's even the right way of putting it, but you have like the story behind each champion. It's called the lore, and I'm not sure what the background. Okay, that's a better word. The background of Hydreigon is. But, I don't know. I don't see why it would be part-type flower. That makes no sense for a dark-type Pokemon. If anything, it would be like a grass-type. But I guess you do have, I don't know. Do you have like grass-type Pokemon that are part dark and have flowers coming out of it? Maybe not. I suppose they're more grass poison types, like Vileplume maybe? Because that sort of looks evil, but at the same time not really. It doesn't have like this face. It's not baring its teeth or anything. Not that Vileplume would have teeth. It is like, what is it, like flower? It's like part flower. I was gonna say mushroom there, but that's probably just because of its big head. Its big hat. It doesn't actually look like a mushroom. I just made that up. Then continue to go up. Let's see. How's that looking so far? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Right. I think considering I'm live commentating this, I have a bit more to say than I did. I don't know, maybe I will get better at live commentating drawings. Live commentating isn't usually like an instantaneous skill. I think my first maybe year or two of Let's Playing, my live commentaries were just absolute, well not my year or two, maybe my first year, I'll go as far as that. My live commentaries were just absolute garbage. I would sort of talk, but awkwardly. And I'd always feel like I'd have to talk strictly about exactly what I'm doing in the game, nothing else. And that's not really what live commentating is all about. Like sometimes, most of the time, you'll be talking about what you're doing, maybe like tips and tricks if you're playing a game and you have like some extra knowledge of what you should do in a certain area or whatever. But a lot of the time it's sort of just, you know, maybe little anecdotes about the game, or you know, something particularly funny happened and you want to share it with your viewers, that sort of stuff. So, for those of you that are looking to live commentate, whether it's, well, probably not drawing, because while there are some good, like, live commentator drawing type tip people, well, my description's just fantastic. Drawing type tip people that do tutorials is probably what I was trying to say, but any of that, you'll notice that live commentaries aren't all just about one thing, because I know that while I'm drawing a Pokemon, and I know that drawing the Pokemon is the most important thing, it's not always, you don't always have to focus on that. Like right now I'm giving you tips on commentating even though I'm drawing a Pokemon. I'm doing something completely different. And yeah, it gives you that sort of interaction, and that's great. Okay, so as for these lines, I want to make these so that they're not, I don't know, not parallel, but you know, so that they line up with each other. So I'm going to draw those in first, and I'll do that. And is there any shading? There's like a bit down here, but I don't want to go overkill on the shading in these regions because I want to sort of accentuate the lines the most. There's this bit down here, so I can shade that in, and then I want to keep it consistent, so I'll lightly shade. As you can see, like in this region, it's become a bit scribbly. I was going for the whole cross-hatching effect, but it's difficult again with this specific tool. And I know that a poor wig woman blames his tools, blah blah blah, or a wig woman if you're like me. And I'm not blaming them at all. I'm blaming me more than anything, because there are the tools to, I don't know, I wouldn't say cross-hatching. Like I guess you could use the ink pen tool, but yeah, like I have cross-hatched, but cross-hatching is generally a lot more easier with a pen and paper and a pen, where you can directly control the stability of what you're doing. But anyway, have I drawn all the pink bits? Oh wait, I've missed out some shading here. I better go back and fill that in. I don't want to be inconsistent. I think the rest of it is brown, so is the rest of it brown? I think it is. I hope it is. I certainly hope it is, because I wouldn't want to have to redraw in my palettes. Right, so I'll remove this before that gets in the way, and yeah, I quite like the look of that. So let's see. I'll start over here. I'll start with the second head, because why not? First the worst, second the best. Maybe, I don't know. I never really got that saying. First the worst, second the best. Why has it got to be second? What's wrong with third? I think I've heard different sayings for like third. Like growing up, I always heard third the hairy princess, but there are different things for third. So shading wise, I think the shading's all like focused in the bottom right maybe. Yeah, the light source is coming from like that direction, so well, that arrow from like that way. Good shading tricks, guys. Like if you don't know how to shade, then sketch in an arrow or something saying which direction your light source is coming from, and you'll be fine. You'll find it a lot easier because if your light source is pointing on a specific area, then you can be like, okay, right, so I'm not doing any shading in that area, or I'll do minimal shading in that area. But if your arrow is pointed to an area, say behind here, for example, like this bit, I'll shade in this bit because it's sort of hidden from the light. It's like behind these bits, so this bit would be shaded. But say like here on top of the ears, there you would have no shading because it's not directly in the light. If that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do these wings quickly because I'm probably gonna end this video and it'll be like 25 minutes long, and I'll cry because I'll have spent like forever drawing like a single Pokemon. Right, let's see. Let's draw this bit in. There isn't that much shading left to do actually. I'll probably shade in like this bit behind here. Maybe like the upper regions of that section. Right, and there doesn't need to be much done here actually. I might just define these areas a bit more, but again, I don't exactly want to go overkill. What's the shading looking here? There's like highlights up here, but I'm not going to bother shading in highlights. That would take way too long. This wing is mostly shaded actually. I'll hint it. I'll do like bigger cross hatches, if that makes sense. I feel like 95% of the things I've said this video haven't really made much sense, but hopefully you've been able to follow along with what I'm doing. Although this isn't a tutorial by any means. If I was gonna like educate people on how to draw, I would definitely start off with more basic shapes. The shading, I would not be shading like this. Good grief. I would not be doing that, but you know, as always, if you guys do draw your favourite Pokemon, then show them to me, tweet me. My social media links are in the description of this video, as they always are. But for now, I think I'm almost done. I think, let's just see, I'll go in and fill in these eyes so they look slightly more menacing than, you know, just a normal white circle. Although I think that's quite menacing in itself, just straight up white eyes. But there we go. I'm gonna call that my favorite dragon type Pokemon. So this is my product for day 3. Let me know if you guys have anything else different, or you know, whatever. Leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.